he was only looking out for me. I got up off of him.
Get the fuck out of here with this. Oh, I was trying to look up your best interest type of shit. What's up, guys? So today we are here to do something different in this channel. Now this channel is going to be kind of more of my YouTube reaction type of things, right? And then my other channel with the reaction stuff will be like more of my movie commentaries, stuff like that, more movie based. This will probably be more gaming, YouTube reacting kind of based. So today we're going to start off by watching the 3 disturbing true summertime horror stories by Mr. Nightmare. Now the original video is linked in the description. If you want to see Mr. Nightmare, he's the shit. Always one of my favorite horror content creators. Without further ado, let's do it! Anonymous. Alright.
In the summertime, my beachfront town is a lot of fun. On the weekends, we go to the beach or someone's pool during the day, and to one of the beach bars at night. I'm getting a little older though, and a lot of my guy friends that I used to go out with on the weekends are no longer single and don't really look to do that anymore. So it's harder to make plans these days than it used to be. Time when I was out with my friends though. These 2 guys approached my friends and I at the bar being friendly because they overheard our conversation and joined in. They looked like they were maybe 8 years older than us, in their mid-30s. They were on the shorter side, but seemed cool enough to hang around. Their names were Alec and James. They ended up bar hopping with us that night. Alec left before James, who stayed late into the night with us. He seemed to like me the most because he would talk to me the most. Eventually my friends wanted to go home, and so did I. And James seemed disappointed, like he wanted to stay out until the bars closed.
Oh no.
I told him we'd all chill again soon, and then we left.
Okay. I thought it was gonna be like a thing where he was about to invite him home or something like that. I was like, oh no, he just met this dude.
None of my friends wanted to go out, so when I was trying to find plans, I get a text from James. He asked what I'm up to tonight, and I said no plans. What are you guys doing? He said we should go to this beach bar. I figured why not, I needed plans anyway. And him and Alex seemed alright last time. He offered to pick me up, so I took him up on that offer. When he pulled up to my house at like 9 or 10, I went for the back seat expecting Alec to be in the passenger seat, but when I opened the door, he said sit in the front. It was just James in the car. On the way to the bar, I asked James if Alec or anyone else would be meeting up. He said probably. I wasn't aware it was going to be just him, but whatever. He suggested we go to this dive bar first to pregame a bit before going to the beach bar, which had a dance floor. I said sure. He brought us to a hole-in-the-wall bar. It was really dark in there with a moody red glow. He ordered us a few rounds of drinks. I already had a couple shots before leaving my house, so after these drinks, I was feeling pretty drunk already. At one point, I had to go to the bathroom, and when I got back, he had 2 more drinks on the counter for us. I didn't even finish my previous one yet. I was shocked he was buying all these drinks for us. I figured it was an older person thing. After drinking this last drink is where my memory completely went bad.
Damn it, that's why I was like, shit, because, you left your drink on, damn it. He barely knew this dude. Oh, no, shit.
The next thing I remember was waking up in a pitch black room. I was on the floor.
Oh, he removed his kidneys?
I felt around for my phone in my pockets, but couldn't find it. Started feeling around the wall for a light switch.
My man's stuck in a Saw movie right now. Holy shit. Or play a game.
All concrete floor room with a hot water heater and various household cleaning objects like a mop and bucket. There was a closed door in the room. I was beyond confused and absolutely terrified. Where was I? I slowly opened the door, which led to another pitch black room. A little bit of the light from this small room leaked into the other room. I could tell now it was a carpeted basement. I saw a few pieces of furniture in the room. I couldn't find a light switch though, so I had to make my way through the dark basement, banging into things. I was looking for the stairs when I heard movement behind me, like someone getting up off a couch. Then the familiar voice of James saying my name. I screamed and turned to face the darkness. I could only see the outline of his body across the room. He said, calm down, it's not what you think. You got 2...
Then what is it? Then what is he supposed to think if that's not what you're not supposed to think? You can't, he left it, you definitely roofied this dude. You definitely ruined,
drunk at the bar, so I brought you back here.
Right.
All I could think to say was, why did you put me in that room on the floor? Where are my belongings? My voice felt weak. He came closer to me and said, I have all your stuff upstairs, just relax and lay down. I told him I'm leaving, just bring me up. No, you're not leaving. This was where I threatened him physically, and he responded in a way implying that he had some kind of weapon and he would use it if I tried to leave.
Why?
His claim was that I was too drunk to drive. I kept saying I'm calling
Then
an Uber.
drive him home.
He then said, relax, I'm gonna get you a glass of water and you're gonna go back to sleep. I didn't know what to do in this unheard of, terrifying situation. I didn't know what he was planning to do to me, but this whole situation was a giant red flag. He walked past me and went up the stairs. When he got to the top, I heard him unlock the basement door with a key, then open it and shut the door and lock it. I looked for some kind of blunt object I could use as a weapon, but there was literally nothing. I had no choice but to sneak up to the top of the stairs and wait behind the door for him. A long while passed, maybe 5 minutes, before I heard the sound of the door unlocking, and I was instantly ready to attack the second the door opened. I pushed him to the ground and had him in a chokehold.
Let's go.
I yelled at him, "Where's my phone and wallet?" seriously choking him. I let up a bit so he could breathe and speak. He said, "On the kitchen table." I asked if he had any weapons on him. He said a switchblade in his pocket. I reached for it out of his pocket and switched it open. He then explained the best he could with his throat under my arm, that he was only looking out for me. I got up off of him.
Get the fuck out of here with this. Oh, I was trying to look out for your best interest type of shit. What, for this type of situation? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Fuck off.
Went to the kitchen, grabbed my belongings from the table, and quickly left the house.
Yes, sir.
I called my brother, who is also my roommate, right away, and he picked up, having been woken up from the call. I explained everything and asked him to pick me up. He came right away. The next day, I went to urgent care to get tested, and Rohypnol was found in my urine. It was confirmed that he roofied me. I then spoke to a lawyer and have since filed a civil suit against James, which is still in progress, and we're building a case. However, there is no clear-cut proof that James was actually the one to roofie me, or that he had any illegal intentions afterward. However, I do believe that I have a good case, considering that he left me on the floor and hid my belongings upstairs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's pretty obvious. He had a switchblade and he was about to kill you. I mean, or harm you in some way. I don't know if killing, but like, I think it's pretty obvious what was happening here. I think he would definitely lose this case, especially if you get a great lawyer. You know, just get this guy, and then I think he'll be fine.
Still to this day, don't know what his end goal was. I don't even like to think about whether he did anything weird to me while I was out.
God damn. It's fucked up when you think about it too, because this shit happens so frequently. Like, it's sad. It's sad. There's so many deranged people. You just gotta watch out here around, man.
In the summertime, I like to spend my time doing outdoor activities. In the summer, I stay with my family in Monton, Pennsylvania. We have 2 acres of land, a little shooting range in the yard, a quad, 2 dirt bikes, and trails through the woods right by the house that I often ride through. One warm but cloudy day, I had nothing to do, so I wanted to get some exercise and took my bicycle out. I have a mountain bike at my parents' house, so I prefer to take it on the trail rather than the roads. I stepped outside and looked at the clouds. It just looks so cool, yellow sky peeking through the dark, stormy-looking clouds just a bit. I could smell the approaching summer storm. I love the atmosphere. I checked the forecast before leaving, and I figured I'd have a quick half-hour bike ride before it started raining. Even if I got a little wet, I wouldn't care. I set off from the property towards the trail in the woods. I could feel and hear the gust fronts, and I loved it. This was my favorite kind of weather to bike in. Much of the ride starting out was uphill, and the way back is mostly downhill, which works out nicely. The uphill eventually peaks around a bit of an opening in the woods. That's where I usually stop to rest for a bit. When I got to the opening on this dark day, as usual, I stopped to catch my breath after all the uphill pedaling.
I imagine someone's gonna come out from in the woods, right? As I can already call it now.
I browsed through my phone for a minute, looking at texts and such, and that's when the sound of the wind and all the leaves blowing suddenly stopped, and it was dead silent. There was no wind anymore.
Or we're getting a Blair Witch Project, I don't know.
I looked around, shocked and kind of intrigued. I'd never seen such a heavy gust front suddenly stop out of nowhere. I looked all around me, suddenly getting an uneasy feeling. I was starting to think I was hearing some kind of voice, a very high-pitched voice at that. I hoped it was just an animal. The darkness under the clouds and trees, the silence, the sky, and now the sounds I was hearing all coming together were creating an unexplainably creepy setting. And then, perhaps because of the dead silence now, I was able to hear sticks cracking not far away. And when I looked in that direction, I saw something about 30 to 40 feet from me in the trees, in the direction where the trail continues to go. The best I could describe what I was seeing.
God damn it. Like, it didn't get me, but you know, like those jump scares where it gets you on the inside? Like, my heart jumped a little bit when that happened. Nothing came on the outside, but things came on the inside, and that sounds crazy. There's a big pause on that one.
With some humanoid-looking figure hunched over as if it were hiding, stalking me like I were prey. And at that moment, it started to rain. Hard.
God.
The sound of the raindrops hitting the leaves above killed the unbearable silence. At this moment, I turned and pedaled as fast as I could back to the top of the hill, and allowed gravity to help bring me home faster, the whole time scared to look behind me. Lightning started to flash, and thunder started to crash. In any other scenario, I'd think this was awesome. But I had just witnessed something unexplainable.
Yeah,
I made it home, put my bike in the shed, and went inside. I was so shook and out of breath, I didn't even bother explaining to anyone. I went upstairs and crawled into bed. And that night, I had a nightmare of the incident, seeing a demonic figure in the woods in the middle of the night, floating towards me. I woke up with my heart racing, happy it was just a dream. It was an all-around disturbing day and night.
God damn. At least it didn't go any further. That's the good part. I genuinely was a little concerned there if it was going to go any further, like he was going to try to get in the house or anything like that. Good thing it just kind of left there and there, so. Oh, anonymous is the people who, this anonymous source who it came from. It's not, the story is not called anonymous. Got it. I thought it was, I was like, you know, it's pretty weird that all three of these are called anonymous, but never mind.
Every summer, my parents go away for a few weeks to our vacation home in Savannah, Georgia. That leaves me home alone with our 2 cats. We live on a canal. My dad has a Boston whaler and 2 jet skis in the yard. Across the canal from us is marsh, and further down the canal is a park. Not a lot of boat traffic passes our yard as a result. It's very private and secluded. Our house is decently big, but I feel like my dad probably spent more money on the boat than he did our house, to be honest. It draws a lot of attention.
Damn.
I loved when my parents would be gone for their trip, especially since I'm off during the summer and have free reign to do whatever I want, and have over whoever I want, just no parties.
Hell yeah.
I had the girl I was seeing for a little bit over to hang out in the backyard one night. We sat in the hot tub, and when the hot tub cycled off and it went quiet out, I heard something from the canal. Sometimes you'd hear fish or birds splashing in the water, but this sounded more rhythmic. I stood up and saw in the canal someone kayaking by. I couldn't see anything more than that, though. No features, I couldn't even see what they were wearing. A little unusual this hour at night and this far up the canal, but it is a public canal nonetheless, and it was not a cause for alarm. I did tell the girl I was with how unusual it was, though. Little did I know that that was not the last time I'd be seeing that person. Later that night, when we were in bed upstairs, I had the windows closed because the AC was on. The windows in my room faced the canal in the backyard.
Oh,
I had turned off the lamp next to my bed and was watching The Sopranos with a girl who was sleeping over. Suddenly, a white light was flashing.
I never seen The Sopranos. Sopranos good? I don't know. Leave that in the comments. Is that good? I don't know. I'll watch it. I don't know anything about it.
Through the window. It was moving around sporadically. I turned off the TV to bring total darkness in the room. Then I got off the bed and stepped just to the side of the window so I could peek out and see where the light was coming from. I saw. It was someone waving a flashlight from the canal. In fact, it looked like that person on the kayak again. The girl I was with, who I'll just call Jane from here on out, asked me what it was. I told her it's that guy from the kayak before, waving a flashlight through the window. She asked why is he doing that, and how did he know we were in the specific room? I told her it must have been because he saw the light from the TV screen through the window.
Probably,
or he knew someone was in here. Having a girl in the room gave me that basic primal urge to act like a man and not be scared. So I opened the window and yelled out, "What do you want?"
He got his inner alpha male come out. He's like, you know what? Don't worry, baby. I'm gonna go handle this shit. That's really funny.
He yelled back, "I'm injured and I can't get out of the kayak." I looked at Jane and asked her opinion of what I should do. She said I should go out there and help him. I called back out to the man, "Do you want me to call 911? And he called back, "No, I just need help getting out of this kayak." I called back to the man, "Okay, I'll come out." I closed the window.
I don't know. Ask him at least what he's injured on, right? At least get some little bit more information, because this is a whole sketchy situation, right? I feel like anybody would just be like, hey, what specifically is the injury? Because if you go down there and you don't even know what's going on, he could just walk out and just come and grab you, which I imagine is probably what's going to happen.
I sighed and told Jane to wish me luck. She wasn't wearing much clothes in the bed, so I wasn't going to make her get dressed and go out there with me. I threw on a t-shirt and ran downstairs. Then I threw on my slides and opened the back door. I turned on the backyard lights and stepped outside, and that's when I heard a blood-curdling scream from upstairs. It was Jane, screaming my name. I looked around the yard in response in a panic, and I saw a man running towards me from the canal. I ran inside and slammed the door shut and locked it, with only 2 seconds to spare because there was a giant bang on the door, followed by the man trying to twist the doorknob open. I grabbed the entire knife holder from the kitchen and brought it upstairs. I locked my bedroom door, and Jane told me she saw that man sneaking up on me the second I turned on the lights outside. He was no old, weak, injured man. He was this big-looking guy. We were paranoid that he was lurking around the property still.
Probably. Call the police.
I called my dad to tell him what happened. And he told me I should be on the phone with the police right now, not him.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, they're out of town, right? Or are they going on a trip? They're the wrong people to call right now. You gotta call the police on his ass.
And the police came, did a search of the property, did a report, then rang some of the neighbors' doorbells. Any of my neighbors who answered didn't see anything. The strange part was that the kayak was gone, which led me to believe he ran back to get it and likely ran into the marsh.
Do you guys have security cameras? That could be a way to get him if you guys have cameras, right?
The fact that we have a decently nice house and an $800,000 boat in the backyard in a secluded, tucked-away spot of the canal probably made us look like an easy target to break into that night. That person may have even somehow knew that my parents were away. Scary of how I didn't have a girl over that night. I wouldn't have made it back inside in time to lock the door.
God damn. Or you said you went out there to go talk to him just because she was there. Maybe you wouldn't have gone out there at all. I don't know. That's what I was surprised he didn't ask like what the injury was or what could happen. Because how this happened to where he couldn't get out of the canoe. That's the part that's confused me is like how was he not able to get out? What injury did he sustain in that short period of time where they were talking about like when they saw him before? What did he do? I don't really understand. Did he get his like leg crushed inside of it? I don't know. You guys will see the original video be down link in the description. It is by Mr. Nightmare. Make sure to check out some of his videos. I really love his videos. These videos I've been watching since like 2015, which is crazy to me that I've been watching him for this long. Mr. Nightmare, he's the shit. Subscribe to him. I think you all know who Mr. Nightmare is. I think anybody knows who Mr. Nightmare is when you watch Scary Stories. He's got one of the like creepiest voices, the atmosphere with his videos, and I really enjoy watching him every time because it sets the mood and it gets me scared as shit. And luckily it's 10 in the morning, so I don't have to worry about that. So if you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Ain't no simpin', just pimp chippin'. Ain't no simpin', just pimp chippin'. Ain't no simpin', just pimp chippin'. Ain't no simpin', I'm just pimp chippin'. Ain't no simpin', just pimp chippin'. Ain't no simpin', just pimp chippin'. Ain't no simpin', just pimp chippin'. Ain't no simpin'.